When you think about it, the writers of Better Call Saul were actually really smart with that, because we get into the series right as Jimmy is basically a good person, right? So he spends 30 years being a con man. Chuck has said multiple times in the past, just the nasty things he did. The fact that his parents constantly forgave him. The fact that he constantly used his parents for money. Right? Then he spends a few years in the mailroom. Studies law, etc., passes his bar exam. Blah, blah, blah. And then the show starts. So you basically only see him the one time in his life he's not being a shitty person. And Chuck, being one of the few characters who knows, hey, he spent 30 years being a shitty human and likely didn't change. Chuck is like, hey, maybe that guy shouldn't be a lawyer. And as we know, Twitch chat,
we'll have to kill our way out.
Yes, he does become a shitty person. So Chuck was right.
And an apple pie of angry.
Well, Chuck was super backhanded. Yes, but what are you gonna do?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Can I explain why Skylar is 100% right? Okay. Walter became a meth dealer and was directly and indirectly involved with dozens of murders. And literally making and selling meth. And his wife was like, something is suspicious about this. I kind of don't want him around my family. And you guys are like, what? Skylar's being mean. Why doesn't she let her meth-selling, murdering husband into her family?
Woo, it's darn pretty round here. Glad it's mine.
Yeah. Remember when Walter White literally says, I am the danger? Shit.
You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
Oh, that'll do it.
An enemy has been slain.
No, I'm positive. I ain't delusional. Because I know someone is trying to sneak up on us.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me that, by the end of the series, Walter White is basically killing everyone, directly or indirectly by his actions. And people are like, oh, come on. He didn't mean for Hank to get killed.
No, it's just like the assault on Glory. You seen one artillery vanguard in a commando?
They're like, yeah, but what about when he killed Mike? totally explainable, okay? See, what happened is Mike accidentally angered Walter White, which then made him kill him. Could have happened to anyone. The only thing he does that I'm not sure I disagree with is watching Jane die. And that's only because they've set up, so much of the series by that point. So much of the season was spent on the fact that, like, Jane is irredeemable and will never stop doing drugs. Right? And then they're like, and then he's like, oh, maybe she's not worth saving. And people are like, what? How could you do that, Walter? And I'm like, well, probably because they've spent the better part of this fucking season saying that that totally should be what happens. Which, again, is why I think the writers have issues with things like that. They spend so much time trying to change your viewpoint that they change your viewpoint. Don't. Dick.
You have been slain.
Like, hear me out of this one, dude. Crap.
Then we killed them too. Ain't nobody on my team but you.
Maybe if they didn't make Jane seem like a druggy piece of shit, I would have cared more if he, you know, let her die.
Yeah. Invade Ionia, you said. It'll be fine, you said. Fine, you said.
An enemy has been slain.
No.
Shut down.
Planning and strategy, but that city
An
folks
ally
know.
has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I mean, the whole setup to that point was, Jesse being like, I want to get my life back on track, and I want to use this money to get my life back on track. And Jane being like, we could do that, that would be fun, but what if we use it for more drugs, because I'm a druggie, and I want more drugs, because I'm a druggie. And people are like, what? Walter, why did you let Jane die? Then I'm like, yeah, that was probably a good idea.
Well, my foot wanted to meet your ass, and I'm about to give them a shotgun wedding.
And it wasn't like he killed her either. I mean, that's the other thing. Okay.
Slain.
I like how I can spend so much time warding, so much time looking around, and he's just like ghosting me, knowing when I'm walking back, looking at my wards. I mean, he's probably actually just looking right at my fucking stream and being like, oh, that's where the ward ends. I'll just stand right here till he walks back in lane.
Slain. Double kill.
Get violent.
Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Twitch chat still trying to deny that streamers get sniped in literally every game. Pro tip, streamers get sniped in literally every game. At this point, if I don't get sniped, that's the abnormality.
At the gates of Qualthalla, they tried using that boiling oil on us. But you can't deep fry courage.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Making me ride over to kill him. Easy, girl. Easy. Howdy.
God. You hate to see demons of chaos gunned down in the street like that, Twitch chat.
All we need is open country. But we gonna take everything they got.
An ally has been slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Ain't much I love. Only this big sky.
It's
and
all
this
ogre
cold
now.
An ally has been slain.
The sky's my roof, the open plains are my bed, and this lizard is the only company I need.
Shit.
I keep hallucinating that you can talk. Nah, I'm sure it'll pass. Get him, girl! Yeah, well, that's what I thought.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed
I
a
get out
turret.
here. Freedom, communing with nature, killing others. Damn it, Scarl! You hide my mushroom juice again!
Ah, shit.
An ally has been slain.
Oh well. Damn, if my Q had hit here. Sometimes you EQ, and then it's like the Q animation doesn't start fast enough, and you run through them with your Q up.
You do come up with the best ideas. Yeah, they think they so clever. Brains don't win fights. Brains is what splatter on you.
Killing spree.
Yeah, but then how are we gonna invade both bases at once?
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Shut your hole, you dumb lizard.
Exchange a sound effect?
They will greet
I don't remember it being so
heroes.
wee.
You can't be
remember
lonely
it being
when
more
the
like,
land is this beautiful.
It's like somebody's like face is getting broken now.
As long as I got this axe.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
My brain is on fire. My soul is strong.
Really?
My mystery altar. There ain't no land that ain't mine. Just land I ain't got around to claim.
An ally has been slain.
A man without a weapon ain't worth listening to. Well, you the only thing I trust.
Rampage. Shut down.
Yeah, they just
An
confirming
enemy
our
has been
system.
slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
How you like that, Lee? Try and run.
You know the difference between being a male and female streamer? When this guy says, God Hashinshin, you're so hot, I want to lick your left nipple so badly. As a male streamer, there's like a 50-50 chance he's just joking. As a female streamer, he would be deadly fucking serious. There's nothing more serious he's been about in his life.
Noxus was created to train the faithful. Them brain weasels probably.
I imagine a lot of female streamers get PTSD from Twitch chat. Like they're sitting here and they're like, I don't want to look at Twitch chat. Okay, let's read what they wrote. Oh, it's so painful.
Were you just talking, or is it the voices again?
Ally has been slain.
Oh, fuck you, Tibbers! You piece of fur shit.
This big sky, this green land. Now how can I share this with anyone?
Don't stream with tits out then. Did you just victim blame? If you didn't want to be sexually harassed, you shouldn't have dressed that way. That's the kind of guy who shows up to his court meeting, or sorry, his court hearing, and he's like, look. It wasn't rape. She dressed in a tank top, okay?
An enemy has been slain.
We was having a nice conversation. Then they showed up uninvited.
Can we stop hitting me?
Ain't nothing more beautiful than the Noxian Plains. Except in a rich
I
coast.
think the Twitch community has become pretty big, though, for dog whistling, rampant misogyny. Yeah, KB, everyone keeps is saying, why doesn't Poland kill Sweden / Hungary / the Turks? And I'm like, then Russia and Golden Horde declare for Lithuania. They're like, no. They're weak, and if they're like, no, you don't understand. It doesn't matter how weak they are. It doesn't matter how much of an advantage they have. I feel like if you decked on me, I'd just sit in Sweden for a while and blockade you. Especially because you don't have a navy. I thought we were like gonna do like a naval race. I went to go inspect you. You have no navy. You are negative navy.
An enemy has been slain.
Paranoid. You tried to kill me after that. Don't get excited now.
Has been slain.
My land begins where I walk. It ends where the sun don't shine.
Yep.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I was a little bit surprised you gave up the Livonian order for free. But I kind of gobbled that up. Then you got Silesia for free. I wasn't too happy with that one. I think if Tornado was on Austria, I would have done a lot better.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
But considering the luck I had that made that war won, I can't entirely complain.
Double kill.
You're upset, the invisible badger.
Gaby, for a country that sat there at peace the whole game, I was looking at your country and I'm like,